What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Sunless Sea. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we go to the Cumaean Canal. We're at Giannotti Harbor right now, and we're heading southwards. In the previous episode, we had set ourselves up for a pretty good run down to the south, just to kind of see how it goes and to see if that makes our life a little bit easier. We're not going to be traveling to the surface for right now because that is super difficult. However, surface gossip, let me get my port report. We'll get our surface gossip. Gained a vision of the surface. Those are actually kind of hard to come by comparison to some other things. But the real reason that we're headed southwards, the big main reason that we're going southwards, because we have an opportunity right now to actually finish off the Irrepressible Cannoneers storyline. And since he's a guy who's in charge of the DACA, sounds like a pretty good plan to me. I don't remember if he stays on staff. Like, some of your officers will actually leave when you finish their quest. They just disappear forever, and you no longer have to, like, deal with them or whatever. However, some of them get, like, stronger. They get upgrades. Some of them, you know, their personalities change. Some of them turn into demons. Like, all kinds of crazy stuff happens when you do their quests. And their portrait, the funny part is their portrait will actually change after they go through, like, their little evolution or whatever. Like, it'll be a different picture than it was before. I just had an interesting, I had to take an Uber. I had to go pick up my car. And I got a Uber with somebody who's from East London. It's the people you meet, man. I enjoy taking Uber every now and again. My car was getting worked on, and so I needed a ride across town. It was too far to walk. And the public transit system here is really unreliable. I wouldn't depend on being on time. And so anyways, got picked up by a guy who's from East London. Said he was a plumber in a union over there, and then moved out to the East Coast, then moved out to here. It's interesting the people you meet. Interesting the people you meet. Factory engines roar like false lions. Yeah, we don't need that right now. That's good. I can allow my sailors time ashore. We can do our market of hungers. Let me get my port report. I lost another pages. I'm going slightly crazy. Great. My pages just keep getting worse and worse and worse. My intelligence, that is not my good stat. Seek a tittering artificer's help to awaken the seal. I know people here, the cannoneer confides. From the old days. Perhaps we shouldn't talk about the old days. We'll do it. The cannoneer and the artificer place the judgment's egg on a seal and apply their instruments. The light in the artificer's chamber grows dim. Then, this is what it sounds like when a soul screams. When they're done, the egg lies in shards and the seal looks a little bit different. There's a watchfulness about it. The artificer shakes the cannoneer's hand. I've missed working with you, she says. I've missed it so much. The cannoneer grins the grin. Nearly done. We can mount it on the bridge if you like, but we'll need a housing if we want to use it further. It'll have to be hot metal. I knew a man a long time ago, but I hear he went to Station 3. Swam there, the story says. If you can get us the run of Station 3, I can get you in to see him. No, I don't know exactly where it is. It's a secret. And so we have the Awakened Seal of the Red Science, which is a sky scarred. Oh, we got a Searing Enigma, too, so that's pretty cool. And then we got to take this to the Heart Metal Smith at Station 3. I don't know if we actually have enough reputation with Station 3 to get that done. And in fact, I'd like to have another Sooth and Cooper long box before we go over there just to maybe bump us up a little bit. I thought we actually finished this right here, but we're getting closer at the bare minimum. We are getting closer. Let's go ahead and check out the Market of Hungers and see if there's anything that we can do there. So at the Market of Hungers, we have the House of Harvests, which apparently we can get casks of mushroom wine and some other stuff here. We can also buy a Sooth and Cooper long box for 1 captivating treasure, but given the fact that we can get those super cheap when we go out to Irem, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think it's like 3 secrets or something like that. Do I have 3 secrets? I got 5. So not that big of a deal. I really wish I had worked on my pages a little bit more before we had turned what's-his-name over. The cook that we'd had, I think he could give you... I'm almost positive that he's capable of giving you pages when you upgrade. And unfortunately, that's our dump stat right now. Our intelligence is really bad. I'm going to turn on the lamp because I don't want to let our terror get too far out of control. This is fitting to be quite the long voyage. And if I can keep myself safe, I would rather do that. Oh, I also forgot to repair my hull. That's no bueno. I probably should have done that. 23 off. That's 1 extra hit that we can't soak right now before we actually have to get more crew. Sitting at 9 out of 12. I'd like to have that more 11 or 12, but... ah, well, Castle Clare right there, and then we're down to the Grand Geode. Is Castle Clare a real place, or they make that up for the game? You can never tell. Like, I don't know if, like, Barnet is a real place. Is it? I don't know. I would assume that since it's near to London and it fell through, it's probably a real place. Let's pull into port here at the Grand Geode and see what we can accomplish. At the Grand Geode, I would like to compile my port report, so there it is. The Marines are watching. Doesn't really matter. I don't care. If we have vital intelligence, we can purchase an element of dawn. Okay. And then the Commodore, we can ask him for defense against the sunlight of Estival. In order to do that, we would need a vital intelligence, 50 supplies, a figurehead of the Eater of Names, and a dread surmise. Dread surmise are kind of hard to get. Let's speak with the person who's in authority. You saw the Commodore, and then there was something incredibly bright. You discussed matters of importance, you're certain of it, testing clues linger in your memory. A Zailor asked to stay behind and you permitted it because it'll all become clear later. Probably. So our menaces went up, we lost a crew, we got another extraordinary implication, we gained 25 terror. That's really, really bad. That means we gotta head home like right now. We're not really gonna be able to carry this journey out because that basically filled up our entire meter. My suggestion would be then that we go to Fathom King's Hold. Just make this the smallest loop that we can, just so we get paid something. But yeah, we got to drop our terror. That really, really sucks. I was hoping, man. Normally when you go in there, you lose terror and you gain supplies. Unfortunately, I didn't realize there was actually a negative part to that. So there it is. We needed to take that to Nook, I guess. Although I thought we already did that. I thought we already took that to Nook. Maybe Nook was one of the places where I didn't have enough reputation to seek out the person that was actually able to make use of it yet. That also seems plausible. Fathom King's Hold, I guess. We'll probably try to swing out to Abbey Rock and Shepherd Isles, maybe Station 3, just to have a little look, because our terror is not so far gone just yet. It's bad, but it's not that bad. It could be worse. Maybe scan out here for anything else that might be useful too. We're in the neighborhood, and it's rare that we come down this way, so whatever. No islands within the Z-Bat's range. I suppose we could do it underwater too. That might be a decent call. Took a bit of hard luck right there. Something that I'm not entirely entranced with. Oh well. Sometimes bad stuff happens. This is a game after all. It's about luck and about preparation and about randomness, so you can't get too upset when random things happen that kind of throw your voyage on its ear. Although I was really, really looking forward to doing the thing that I was talking about down south. Oh, we found Lorcan's Port. Hooray, that gave us yet another secret. Even better. Alright, so Fathom King's Hole we'll put in right here. We can take an audience with the Fathom King. We can trade for white molly flower if we had Scintillac. Trade for drowning pearls if we had Scintillac. Let me get my port report and then we'll go meet with the Fathom King. The porter has the skin of a shark. She has drowned woman's eyes. It is not permitted to look at her hands. Yes, she rasps. That story is sufficient. She opens the valves of pearl and permits you to pass into the conduit. This is the salt-blown heart of the hold. The Fathom King floats on his throne, a gem-starred bowl of sea stone the size of a banqueting table. He's wearing a dressing gown of purple brocade soaked dark with salt water. He leans his chin calmly on his hand. Beneath the surface of the water in his throne, his hidden regions pulse constantly and insistently. I can listen to a Kaganian emissary. I can ask a boon of the king. Let's do that one. There's a visitor from the Timon clan in a gray robe patterned with leaping fish. He describes events at the Khan's court, skirmishes with the Chelon as Z-Beast attacks. At last the king nods and awards the emissary a pouch of drowning pearls. The hour of audience is past. Thorn-armored guards escort you back to the surface, but the emissary's words and the king's questions have taught you a great deal. So we got strategic information. That's not bad at all. I don't really want my sailors to leave port here and go to shore. This is the kind of place where people could disappear, and that worries me. I would just rather not fiddle around with that. If people are fitting on disappearing, they can do it while in the duty of their captain, not while in their free time. If you're going to disappear, you disappear when I tell you to, because I'm the one in charge. I am the man in charge. The man in the chair and all that. Yeah, let's go to the Utter Shroom. We'll just do like a little loop this time around. That's in at 76. Worst case scenario is we go up to Abbey Rock and we trade in some of our hunting trophies to get rid of like 15 terror. That would also be a workable solution if it has to happen. The Utter Shroom will allow us to at least get something from over here before we go back to home, because this isn't going to be worth the trip. We're only going to make like 300, 400 echoes from that little run. And given the fact that it ate up the considerable portion of an episode, I don't really like that. I want to hit everything I can, even if it means I have to live on the edge a little bit. So the Utter Shroom. Utter Shroom, where are you, Utter Shroom? The udder shroom is down here, but it hasn't been a day, so we don't have something awaits us. Unless we get it, like, right when we put into port. Oh, we did get it right when we put into port. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. The Atta shrooms, There we are. And we will go in here. I will gather intelligence. I can experiment with my strange catch. Weirdly enough. I never knew that that was an option. Yeah, let's do it. So, within the hour, purple mycelium spreads throughout the flesh, colonizing your catch with a new vascular system. Another hour, and the catch begins moving again. In the third hour, it starts rhyming. Before it begins composing couplets, you whack it in a jar and store it in your hold. So we've got a live specimen now. Interestingly enough. If we have Firkins a prisoner, Sonny, we could trade for Blemigans here. And then you can start the sub-quest where you start colonizing places with Blemigans. Blemigans are basically like cats mixed with jellyfish, in case you were wondering. They live on shore and all that stuff. Oh, what is this? The wreck of the Miko. Really? Is that new? What is that doing so close to here? That's much closer to London than I'm used to. I can't do anything with it, it looks like. I didn't get any new events or anything that popped up. Oh yeah, we needed Station 3. Let's go back over to Station 3 and see if maybe we've got enough reputation to like get the heart metal thing that we need. I think you have to trade a Sooth and Cooper Longbox for it, but I might be mistaken. We're going to want to avoid the fog bank for now. That's not going to be a place that we want to be before we go to Station 3 out here on the Z. If we go inside, we can't see, and unfortunately that's bad for me, because terror there will be. See, I can rhyme too. If the living specimen's going to do it, I say that I get to do it too. An eastern angler crab. I should fight him. That's what I should do. Let's back up a minute. Fire a torpedo at him. That did 50 damage. Hell yeah. He's not even inside the range of our torpedoes yet. Right. Cancel his attack with my torpedo. Oh, he went underwater. If I still had my catch, I could pull him up to the surface, but I don't. So I can't. Oh no, he has 3 HP left and he's still capable of striking me. Ah, fire! We have killed him with our mighty torpedo supremacy. Haha. We can dissect it for knowledge, or we can butcher it for supplies and other oddities. We'll get an unprepossessing mass, and then let's find out what's inside. A lamentable relic! Oh good, that means we can finish off our quest. We can finish off our quest for the antiquarian or whatever. So that'll be really, really good. Station 13 is straight up to the north. We're a little bit low on fuel right now. That's disappointing. I wasn't expecting to go through fuel at this rate. But I suppose we deal with the challenges that we're dealt in life. Errands for the Acolyte here. So she wants me to guard the yard. We have something awaits us. Why can't I do it? Deliveries to the smith. We could do that. It's the Heart Metal Smith. A novel present. She's in search of new music to sing at her work. What else is there? A question for the Acolyte. We can ask where the corpses come from. We can ask how the metal balls are formed. We can ask why she sings, and we can ask how she came to be here. We can meet with the Heart Metal Smith. I don't know where he is. Can we ask directions? A clayman directs you with a minimum of enthusiasm and even fewer words. The smithy is a long, low building that you missed on your first survey of the island. The smith is a quiet man with a pinched face who works entirely in heart metal. The cannoneer greets him with a yell of delight. The smith winces and puts down his hammer and pinches the bridge of his nose. It's you, he says. 2 of you. So, if I have 3 devil bone dice and a searing... Oh, really? If I get the devil bone dice... God, I hate the advertisements that they text you on your phone. That shit is so annoying. Like, T-Mobile's been texting me advertisements lately. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of assholes. So here, I would need 3 devil bone dice, and then we would be good to go. Unfortunately, we have the Searing Enigma, which is great because we just picked that up. Searing Enigmas are really hard to come by. Devil bone dice. 3 devil bone dice would get us quite a bit. What's inside the gate here so I can actually deliver there? Let's ask her some questions. Where do the corpses come from? Oh, here and there, she says. It's not that she's trying to be coy, you just don't think she cares for the answer. Most are from the surface, one way or another. You think that's all she's going to say on the matter, but after a time she adds, it's an old trade. They've been coming this way for generations, to judge by the piles out back. The masters made the arrangement. We gained 10 fragments. Okay. And that's all that I can do for right now. So off we go. We'll go to, I guess, Port Cecil, up to Khan's Shadow, to Guider's Morn, and that looks about right. At least we'll accomplish something while we're out here. We've got Restless Nights. Let's go ahead and ignore them. We lost Terror, which is fantastic, because that's exactly the sort of exchange that I'm looking to make right now. It's funny how your endeavors change in this game, though, isn't it? And I think that's part of the game, is that, like, you set out with a task at hand that you want to accomplish, but sometimes something unexpected will happen, and you've just got to work around that, and you've got no choice in the matter. If we find ourselves one of the Albino Morays up here, I'll definitely try to kill it, too, so that we can possibly get ourselves another Hunter's Trophy and possibly another, unprepossessing mass. And there's one right there. Just like I had hoped he would be. Oh, he knows about us. That's unfortunate. Ooh, I missed with a very, very good chance to hit. That's unfortunate. The more this meter is filled up, the better your chances to hit are, in case you were wondering. I'm going to back up a little bit. We'll fire both at him. And there's the hit. Give him another, and hopefully we can charge up for another so I don't have to waste the torpedo. And there it is. We've killed our first Albino Moray. See, now we are the hunter of the seas. We no longer have to fear what is out there. We can rescue a new Jonah. Interesting. I don't know about that. We'll butcher it. We got a hunting trophy, a Stygian ivory, and unprepossessing mass. Suitable for smoking. Yeah, let's smoke it. So we got 2 more supplies right there. If we find a spot where we can dump off supplies, I would definitely recommend that we do just that. Fuel is looking a little bit low, but Terror actually has recovered quite a bit. Like, quite a lot of a bit. Like, it's in good shape right now, so I'm not that worried. Port Cecil. Let's go ahead and we will harvest Scintillac. We succeeded and got 3 Scintillac, but gained 8 Terror. Okay, that's unfortunate, but the Scintillac will be useful for later. Gather intelligence very quickly, and with supplies, we can sell them for 5 here. Let me take a look at my charts. We can go to Khan's Shadow, Guider's Morn, Demo. All of these calls feel bad. We'll wait till Khan's Shadow, I think, to fiddle around with anything further. If we have to, we'll resupply, but, I mean, the prices are already pretty terrible. I have trouble thinking on how they could get any worse. And we've got 3 Scintillac on board, so that's good. If we have the Scintillac, we were able to trade that, I think, back at the Fathom King's Hold for something. And that would supposedly work out for us. So, you know, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I think we actually needed anything at Khan's Shadow. Although I don't recall where our... port report was coming from. What was that in our journal? Let's have a look here. We were supposed to be retrieving intelligence from Khan's Glory. Oh, good. Fantastic. Oh, I forgot to pick up another secret agent, too, so that I could take him out to Khan's Glory, because that's what our agent there needed to develop the network further. For the Empire, so that the Queen has her glory. Port report. And then over here, we could sell Devil Bone Dice, but we can't really get them supplies. Oh, I'm glad we waited to be here, because that's actually a much better price for them. And then we can just 1-for-1 trade for fuel, which sounds good to me. So there it is. We 1-for-1 traded for fuel. I'm going to sell my mirror catch box so that it's not eating up my hold space anymore. I don't plan on filling it anytime soon, so I'm not going to worry about it. I could potentially resupply here at a loss. And we could head... No, my fear is bad, though. Yeah, my fear is a little bit bad. A crate of human souls could go up north to Palmerston, where we could get the Devil Bone Dice, though. And then we could cut back south. I don't know if I want to go that far north. Let me get the souls. We're going to feed these to a demon because that's just the sort of opportunistic individual that we are. I forgot to buy fuel. Hold on, back to port we go. Go back. I demanded of you. Yes, thank you. Perfect. Shops. I needed fuel. So let's take that on back up. It was expensive, but not much of a choice there, especially considering that our terror is so high that I basically have to keep the lamp on at all times. Now then, we're sitting at 75 right now, which gives us 20 until that rolls over and we actually lose the game. Basically, this is the point at which we've got to decide if we want to be ballsy about our exploration or if we want to be... Let's go ahead and catch whatever it is. We gain terror and we got another strange catch. That's perfectly fine. If I can turn that into live specimens again when we go by the Udder Shroom, that's another 250 bucks for us every single time that we do it. That's how you accumulate cash in this game, just doing random weird stuff. In addition, if we end up going back up to Venderbite or Wither to meet with the Saucier, or whatever his name is, he'll be able to help us out there. At Khan's Heart, I need... I can go with a port report. I can seek intelligence. Was it at Khan's Heart I was supposed to go? Oh, I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong thing. Where is the quest for the Admiral? Oh, the Chelinet is where he wanted me to go. I'm sorry, I saw that the wrong way. With our spy's needs. He wants a diplomatic agent or he wants a blessing of the gods. Okay. I'll bring him another diplomatic agent at some point. This place is actually going to be really, really easy on our fear. Should have brought some coffee or something with me so that I could have done better at my quests, but such is life, I guess. On the plus side, we actually made a little bit of money from this, so we should be up above 4,000 echoes after we get done with this. If there's anything in here, I'll probably try to slay that too, just in case. Keep it away from us, keep the terror low, see if I could pick up any newer. Once you've actually got access to like weapons that can kill things, you can get a pretty solid amount of cash just by like murdering as you go. Just here one, there one. Kill 5 or 6 monsters along the way and then turn it all into relics and whatnot. Outlandish artifacts and things of that nature. Alright, so in Guider's Mourn, let's go and we'll try right there. We succeeded and got our port report, so that's fantastic. That'll pay back a little bit of money. What is the... Pirate Poet's not really doing anything right now. Have you been sending stolen ship to Corsair's Forest? I don't think that I have. I should have sold the supplies here. Could have made 15 on that, which would have ended up with an extra 70 worth. Maybe we go to Pigmote and we'll loop back around. And that'll be our task for the day. That seems to be about all we're going to accomplish anyways. It's unfortunate we didn't get to go south. That disappoints me greatly. But things happened. Events occurred. And we ended up getting like live specimens and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Later on, after you die and you come back as a second person, essentially if you come back as your heir, there will be a carnival or whatever inside London, and from then on you can dump live specimens with them for a bunch of money too. It's pretty sweet. That's a crack pirate pinnace. I don't think I want to see a crack pirate's pinnace. But then again, I don't think I ever really had a choice in the matter. Flee the nightmare. We're having nightmares in the middle of a gun battle here. And there it is. We'll get ourselves paid. What you got? What you got? What you got for me? A cache of curiosities. Oh, free fuel. Wasn't really worth the expenditure, but alright. That's cool. Sometimes you get good stuff, sometimes you get bad stuff. That's the way it goes when you're living that pirate's life. Oh, another thing I can murder. Hold on. We got plenty of fuel and plenty of terror, so we might as well kill. Kill as though we have never killed before. Die, Western Angler Crab. I'm going to call it the whack from now on. And down you go to the bottom of the ocean, because I have no time for you crabs. I have no time. Butcher it and get our unprepossessing mass. Keep the choice cuts. We lost hunger. We gained terror. But hey, it is what it is. Texture's probably not so pleasant, but I don't really like seafood to begin with. I don't really like crab or anything like that. I like clam. Clam's good. Don't like crab or lobster, though. Never did. It always seems to me that people are really only eating crab and lobster for the excuse to, like, slather it in butter. I will see you all in the next episode. We're going to stop off over here. I will bid you a high-do for now. This is Sunless Sea Zubmariner. Bye, everybody, and I will see you in the next episode. Alrighty.